What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another one. Man, we out here dealing with a lot of stuff. Right now, we got signings, we got good news for our captain, we got 4 games that took place on the docket this past week. We got end of the season coming up, 9 games left. Oh man, there's a lot of stuff to talk about, guys. But don't you worry about it. We're going to get into all of it. I think that we, as fans, we were on a cliff a little bit, but I think we're in a much better place right now. I think we got some good stuff to talk about, and I'm feeling much more, in good spirits about our New York Knicks. So, let's not wait any longer. Let's go.
Say go New York, go New York, go. Say go New York, go New York, go. Say go New York, go new team, it's the same dream. New Knicks City unis for they stay clean. I just caught mine off of Fanatics in the garden with my hands in the air, we back at it.
Let's go. We are back. What's going on? You see it, SKF Weekly. I'm your man, Ron. That's my brother. Oh wait, it's just me. Sorry about that. Well, that was my brother John. Here we go. Yeah, I'm back, yo. You know how we do. It's okay, man. We out here in these streets. We hold it down. You know what I mean? Mama said there'd be days like this, so it's gonna be all right, man. But shout out to John. Appreciate you, my bro. He was trying to make it, see if we could do a later show, but unfortunately I couldn't do it. But I appreciate him for trying. I'ma hold it down and get this one done. Shout out to everybody out there. And also shout out to my partner in crime on the ones and twos, my man without a face, Mr. Jose. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I mean, he's a real person, though. Believe me. I'm not going to lie to you. Anyway, I hope everybody's doing well, man. I hope you guys are having a good Monday. I know it's a rainy Monday in New York. At least the temperature was pretty cool today, somewhere in the 60s. I think it was like low 70s, maybe 71 today. So, hey, man, it is what it is. We take it. We take it for what it is. But I hope everybody's doing well. Shout out to everybody, and let's get it going. All right. So first off, I want to say good news, and I think a lot of you guys already know about this. We kind of alluded to it a little bit on Saturday's show, No the Ledge, but there was some good news about our captain, Jalen Brunson. He is, cleared to practice. And so that's good news for us. That means, I mean, he can come back at any time. If I'm a betting man, I'm going to say Jalen Brunson comes back by the end of the week. So maybe by Saturday or Sunday, knowing him, I mean, they could push it a little longer. I doubt they will. I think he'll be back by Saturday or Sunday. We'll see. I hope. I mean, he could come back earlier than that. I would hope not, but you never know. You never know with this guy. He's a warrior. So, but that's good news. I mean, the Knicks have looked pretty good overall, considering we haven't had Jalen Brunson. They've won 6 out of their last 10, 6-4. And so when you think about how they've played, how they've, basically picked up for one another, next man up mentality, as Thibodeau loves to say, can't be mad about it, man. Can't be mad about it. It's a good thing. It's very good news. And, hopefully going forward, the stuff that they've been working on, the stuff that we've seen, the stuff that we're going to get into as we go through the games, will continue because there's been some good things. There's definitely been some good things. All right. Let me see. Just give a quick shout out to the chat. Say what's up to you guys. Let me see here. Oh boy, a lot of action going on. We got JJ in the building. What's going on, JJ? Member of the SKF Army. Salute to Crim's dad, another member of the SKF Army. Salute to you. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you as always. JT Riddick is in the building, another member of the SKF Army. Shout out to Walter Blackman. Shout out to Andios NYK, another member of the SKF Army. Appreciate all the members, man. It's very nice to see the love, man. Shout out to Kareem Grant, another member. Randu, another member. Shout out to L Dammit in the building, another member, as well as everything else she has done for the channel and shows her love for Still Nick fans. Hey, shout out to my guy, the Organic Fanatic Show, Mr. Kelo K himself. What's going on, Raul? Hope everybody's doing well. Shout out to two shots, Machete, New Knicks, everybody, man. Hope you guys are all doing good. Yeah, man, good to see everybody, man. I'm happy. I'm happy that we're here to rock and talk about these New York Knicks, man, because I feel good, man. I'll be honest. I feel a lot better now that I was. I mean, I wasn't feeling that bad, but I feel better now. So that's good. That's good. All right, so let's get into the recap. We had a busy week this week. We had 4 games on the docket, so there's a lot going on. And then once we get through that, we'll get in. We'll talk about the signing that they did today, which you guys probably already familiar with. It was a foregone conclusion. Let me see here. Okay. Let me see if I. Oh, you know what? I got it. Here he goes. We started off with the Dallas Mavericks, I believe. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let me see here. Okay. All right. So our first game was against the Dallas Mavericks, and we beat them 128 to 113. Let me see here. See if we can get you. Hold on one second. Oh, shout out to Andios for giving the disclaimer. I appreciate him. He does this for all the community, and once again, man, it's true to form. Knicks Nation, if you're enjoying the content, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, sit back and enjoy the show. Appreciate you, Andios, as always, my guy. And shout out to Wolverines 1986. He said the Knicks have looked the best they have looked all season over the past 2 weeks. Enjoyable to watch. I like that. Okay. Yeah. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. All right. So this game versus the Dallas Mavericks, the Knicks won 128 to 113. And this was a game that, for the most part, I think the Knicks played great out the gate. I mean, there was something that was a little funky in this because for whatever reason they couldn't stop Najee Marshall. Najee Marshall was cooking us, bro. I mean, I don't know what to say. Like, he was cooking us. He finished with 38 points. I think that's a career high for him. 17 of 25. I mean, that kind of tells you how bad Dallas was that Najee Marshall was able to take 25 shots. I mean, that's crazy. But he was. So, kudos to him. We couldn't stop him no matter what he did out there. And he looked great. But he was the primary scorer for them. Brandon Williams had 22, Jane Hardy had 15, and Spencer Dinwiddie had 13. But for the Knicks, this was one of those games we like to see. We haven't seen this too often ever since Brunson went down, and more like I would say about a month or so ago, or maybe a little more than that, where we were getting 6 guys in double figures. Well, this was one of those games. You had Landry Shamet had 11. Precious Achua had 11. Mikal Bridges had 21. Karl Anthony Towns had 26 and 11. Josh Hart had 16, 12, and 11, a triple-double. And, I'm sorry, this was the triple-double game for both of them. Karl Anthony Towns also had 26, 12, and 11. And then OG Anunoby had 35 points and 5 rebounds. So really good game for these Knicks on this evening. And they just came to play, man. They came to play. Another one of those 40 assist type games. So really just a buzzsaw. I can't really, outside of Najee Marshall, this game was a smoke show. So yeah, it was shout out to them, believing in each other, moving the ball around, everybody knocking down their shots, and they just played like this is really good basketball. Of course, Dallas is a really bad team at the moment with all the injuries. So you got to take it for what it's worth. But we'll take it. That's their loss and our win. So shout out to the Knicks. Moving on. Shout out to Tori B in the building. Salute to you. Latorious we are. They it. Okay, you know where I was going. Come on now. Shout out to you. Good to see you as always. Fritz Alcindor Jr. in the building. You know what I mean? The NBA Economy Show is in the building. Salute to you. Appreciate you. D Rex is in the building. What's going on? Appreciate you. All right. And shout out to E. Gibson as well. Good to see you, man. Okay. So that's a good little look. You know what I mean? We played Dallas. We got that victory. We'll take it. All right. And then let me see who. Wait a minute. Oh, I think I know what's going on. There, I think I know what's going on. 1 second, guys. Let me just change something real quick. I think I know what's happening. Okay, I got it. Hope you guys are doing okay and you know, not getting all wet out there in the streets. The weather is pretty crazy. Okay. All right. And there we go. All right. So now we should be good. Bad location for some stuff that I was trying to upload. But we should be good to go now. Okay. So next up, shout out to M. Gene in the building. Joey Rip 'em Up Sports. What's good? Staten Island in the house. Salute. All right. So next up, we had the Knicks versus the Los Angeles Clippers. Now, a lot of us had this game penciled in as, you know, a current test for the Knicks because they've been able to beat up on some, you know, not so good teams. They've even struggled with some not so good teams. But we wanted to know how would the Knicks fare without Jalen Brunson versus a team that was playing pretty well. I mean, you know, they were coming into the game fairly hot. I think they had won 7 out of 9, and then, you know, obviously we played this game and it wound up being 8 out of 10. So, but anyway, it was the Knicks versus the Clippers, but unfortunately, the Clippers beat the Knicks 126 to 113. We just did not have it. You know, we just couldn't put together 4 quality quarters of basketball. That's what I like to say when I look at how this Knicks team plays sometimes. 4 quality quarters was a tough stretch for these Knicks. Kawhi Leonard had 27, 10, and 7. Evok Zubac, every time this guy plays us, he kills. He had 18 and 10. Norman Powell had 19. He's a very consistent scorer for them. And Derrick Jones Jr. had 12. And then James Harden had 29, 6, and 6. So that was enough for them, you know, and they played just enough defense along with our, you know, lack of just having enough scoring, right? We had 4 guys in double figures, but, you know, other guys just didn't do enough or struggled. Like Josh struggled. He was 3 of 9. He had 7 points. And then Landry Shamet gave us 6 points. Precious Achiuwa gave us 6. And that was it from the bench. We got 12 points from the bench. So that was it. Cameron Payne played in this game. He started, but he got hurt. So that didn't help either. He only played 18 minutes because he got hurt. Mikal Bridges had 17. OG Anunoby chipped in with 28. Another good game for OG Anunoby. I mean, how many times are we going to talk about that? Karl Anthony Towns finished with 34, 14, 4, and 2. So he had a pretty good game as well. Yeah, but unfortunately, Knicks caught the L. And then we started to get a little worried because now we knew that Jalen Brunson was out, Deuce McBride was out, and then we lost Cameron Payne. So now we're down 3 guards. What to do? What to do? Well, we move on from there, and we get into the next game, which was against the Milwaukee Bucks. Now, I said this Saturday. I personally, I'm not trying to be a cocky fan or anything, but the way the Knicks match up with Milwaukee, I'm very confident. So I wasn't really concerned about whoever. I didn't care who they had out there, whether they had the whole team healthy or they didn't. I just feel the Knicks match up pretty well against them. And once again, the Knicks wind up, getting the job done. They wound up beating the Milwaukee Bucks 116 to 107. Just doing what needed to be done and taking care of a team that they match up well with. So shout out to them. And in this game, Milwaukee, I mean, I can't say they didn't. People weren't contributing. I mean, they had a couple guys drop some points: Tyler Smith and AJ Green and Kevin Porter Jr., Torian Prince and Brooke Lopez. They added small margin points. And then you got Gary Trent Jr., who had 14. Ryan Rollins had 20. Kyle Kuzma had 20. And Giannis Antetokounmpo had 30. But it just wasn't enough for them. They clearly was missing Dame Dollars. They clearly was missing Bobby Portis. So, yeah. And for the Knicks, another one of those games where we had 6 guys in double figures. 13 from Landry Shamet. And don't look now, guys, but Landry Shamet has been contributing a little bit lately. He's been actually decent. He hasn't been Dante, but he's been decent. DeLon Wright had 12. And that was a very nice sighting because Tom Thibodeau, because we were shorthanded, he could have started Kolek, but he decided to start DeLon Wright for defense. And DeLon Wright scored 10 points in the first quarter. So who would have expected that? So he only finished with 12, but it was nice to see because those points were needed. Karl Anthony Towns didn't have his best game. Excuse me. He had 14 and 10. Josh Hart had 13, 14, and 8. OG Anunoby finished with 31. And Mikal Bridges finished with 26. The OG and Mikal show has been churning along. They've been playing pretty well, playing off of each other and, having to basically take up for the load of other guys not being able to score or being without Brunson. So shout out to them, man. Shout out to them. And OG Anunoby has been super aggressive. And I wouldn't be surprised if OG gets or is at least in contention for player of the week because I think he's put together 5 or 6 solid games. So, yeah, we'll see what happens with that. But shout out to him. Okay. And then last but not least, we got the Knicks taking on the Portland Trailblazers. And this one was another tough one because Portland was right there with the Knicks, but the Knicks had enough. And I feel like they're starting to get that. I hope they are. I hope they're starting to get that foot on their necks type of mentality again. We'll see. But they were able to pull away in the fourth quarter and really stick it to Portland and wound up winning 110 to 93. Denny Advia is a beast. And listen, I don't know if the Knicks could get him, but like I said, you know how I talked about that the Knicks need somebody to come off that bench. He doesn't have to be a superstar. He doesn't have to be a star, but he's got to be a solid player. If we could get a guy like Denny Advia next year off our bench, I don't know if we could trade for him or what, or if there's somebody similar to that style of player. That's the type of guy we need on this Knicks team to come off the bench. You imagine what we would look like if we had the complement of pieces that we do have and then throw Denny Advia in there too? I like. But anyway, so Advia played well. He had 33 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals, just cooking. And every time we play Denny Advia, whether he was with the Wizards or whether he's with Portland, he always gives us the business. That's why I like that guy. He's got good height too. That kid Tumani Kamara, the Portland Trailblazers Josh Hart clone, he had 16, 8, and 4. He's a good looking player. Shaden Sharp had 23 and Anthony Simons had 15. I don't know what's going on with Anthony Simons, guys. I don't watch enough of Portland, but I just know that Anthony Simons does not look like the same Anthony Simons I thought he would be. So I don't know what happened over there, but it is what it is. And yeah, man, that was pretty much it. Those 4 guys, and then you had 2 points for Donovan Clingan, 10 rebounds, and then you had 4 points from Duop Reith. And that is it. You talk about our bench being bad. They had 4 points from the bench. It's not going to do it. Once again, guys, we're back to the flow again. Another game with 6 guys in double figures. Karl Anthony Towns had another tough game. I don't know what's going on with him right now. Maybe he just kind of lost a little, touch on his shot, like just the, figuring out where his release point is. It happens to everybody. I'd rather it happen to him now before we get into the playoffs. But yeah, he finished with 10 points on 4 of 13 shooting. He had 11 rebounds. But it's still a double-double. Appreciate the effort. Josh Hart had 14, 8, 9, and 3, almost another triple-double. Precious Achiuwa had 10. Landry Shamet had 11. Like I said, solid contributions. Not great, but solid. So that gives us, right there. And then with Mitchell Robinson's 2 points, that's what, 23 points off the bench. I mean, it's a better, it's not great, but it's better. And then you had Mikal Bridges, 28.7 assists. OG Anunoby, 28.7 rebounds. I mean, the OG Mikal show is still going, man. They're cooking together. So it's nice to see, man. Very nice to see. Shout out to the New York Knicks for, picking up through some adversity, having some key injuries, and still going out there and playing solid basketball. So who do you give credit to for that? Do you say it's all on the players, or does Tibbs have something to do with that as well? Because say what you will. If Tibbs was such a bum coach, I don't think he could be able to get this out of these guys without having Brunson out there, guys not being used to, being aggressive and taking control. I mean, these guys are playing aggressive. So I got to give him some credit for that. I tell you, just because you've seen me be on the fire Tibbs train here and there, that doesn't mean that I just want to fire Tibbs. I said I want to fire Tibbs if he doesn't change, if he doesn't make adjustments, if he doesn't play our players, because it's stupid. But if he does these things, and if he does the right thing, especially in the playoffs, he deserves to be here. So we'll see what happens, though, going forward. But yeah, like I said, another good showing from these New York Knicks. Definitely good to see. And then, all that being said, we found out the news today, and some people were kind of a little surprised by it. I wasn't necessarily surprised because this is what the Knicks do. The Knicks do contracts with 2 years, right? They do a 1, and then they do a team option, usually. Sometimes it's a player option, but usually it's a team option. So this is not surprising to me that they inked. PJ Tucker has been signed to a 2-year contract with the Knicks. And it's good to see. Like, you get him off of that 10-day contract stuff, right? Now we don't have to worry about that. And plus, if signing him to a 2-year really just means the remainder of this season and then next year, then what are you really giving him? How much do you really owe him for the remainder of this year, right? And then next year, okay, it's a full contract if you pick it up. So I see it's not really too crazy in my eyes. I don't know how it looks to other people, but the Knicks are very slick and very smart in how they do things. The other thing too is this still allows the Knicks to be able to add one veteran piece to the roster before the playoffs, apparently. So, yeah, we'll see how that works. Let me see. Do they have any particulars on it? PJ Tucker is currently 39 years old. Let me see. Doesn't really say. It doesn't get into financials, so we don't know. I don't know unless you guys have seen something somewhere else. I don't know what the financials are. But the good thing about PJ Tucker is that he has been very vocal on the sidelines as well as in the locker room. And apparently the front office feels like that's a really good thing for this New York Knicks team. They don't have that veteran presence because there's a lot of young guys on the team. And then mid-level, guys, mid-level time guys. So having a 39-year-old veteran, tough player who's been on multiple different teams and understands what it takes to win, is a good piece to have to talk to some of these guys, especially when we get into some tough situations in the playoffs. It's a good guy. Plus, the other thing about PJ Tucker, because he's been known as such a strong defender, he's a great person to talk to when you get into the playoffs and have to play these good players, right? Because he's played all of them and has a style of knowing what to expect when he plays them. And he can tell that to Macau or tell that to OG. Oh, he's going to do this. This is what you should look out for. That's another point of having the veteran presence in a PJ Tucker. He knows how to do it all because he's done it all. So, yeah, good signing by the Knicks. I think it was smart right now. It doesn't really hurt them. They're still below the second apron. And, they work wonders with that cap. So shout out to them. All right, guys. So listen, I don't know if you are, got your talking, stuff going tonight, but let's, get the phone lines going, and you guys are welcome to call in. Phone number is 347-305-7280. Once again, that's 347-305-7280. And we'll see if anybody wants to chime in and talk a little bit about what's going on in the current state of events with these New York Knicks. As we see if anybody calls in, I just want to give some more shout outs to those in the chat that may have joined. Let's go Mets. That's right. I think we would last time I cut the game off. We would 10. It was 10-2. So grand slam by our first baseman extraordinaire Pete Alonso. Really solid at bats from Soto. We look good out there, man. We look good. At least today, because we've been struggling to get offense. So today I think was the breakout game. Shout out to Big Dog Talking Sports is in the building. Appreciate you. We got HRM the Great in the building, a member of the SKF Army. Shout out to you. Oh, speaking of that, HRM the Great. I also wanted to say to you, you joined the Discord, and this is for a lot of people, right? You joined the Discord, but you fail to accept the rules. So you need to do that. If you can, when you have a chance, if you go back into the Discord, I'm going to link it right now. So one-stop shopping, you can click on that and go right back in it. But if you join the Discord and select the rules, you'll be able to have access to different channels and chats. And so you'll be able to free roam around and do whatever you like. Because if you don't join and select the rules, then it kind of restricts you until you do. And if there's anybody who has any issues with the Discord, doesn't know how to join the Discord, and needs help with that, please let us know so we can kind of walk you through that. We can get you right. You know what I mean? But I want to thank everybody for participating. We had a bunch of people that joined the Discord this past Saturday, and always looking to grow. It's still in its infancy right now. It's a baby. So yeah, as more people hear about it, we love for everybody to join the Discord. So it's a one-stop shop for everything. We're going to have, not only will it be a place where we'll be talking about the Knicks, but very soon we'll also add some channels in there where we'll be talking about the Mets. We'll be talking about the Giants. Hopefully within the next couple of weeks or so, we'll also have some information in there. There'll be stats, updates on scores for all the sports, and different things of that nature. So yeah, tune in, man. It's the beginning, so it takes a little while to get up and running, but believe me, 2 months from now, we'll go back and look at this Discord and say, man, that Discord is popping. So at least that's what I hope. But yeah, I just want to thank everybody for all the love and all of the support. Let me see here. Give me a second as I get this right. I also want to say shout out to everybody. Once again, thank you guys for always supporting the show, smashing the like button if you haven't already, and subscribing. We're definitely trying to continue to grow the fan base, but you're subscribing, and every time you guys hit the like button, it really does help. I know you hear all of us as content creators say hit the like button, but we really need it. So please hit the like button if you haven't already done so. It definitely helps. Okay, let's see who else we got in the chat here as I get this Discord link for y'all. Don't you worry about a thing. There it goes. Here we go. And then it's pinned. Boom. Okay. So perfect. Let's see who else we got in here. Leon Mitchell's in the building. Shout out to Leon. What's going on? Appreciate you. Who else? Close a couple. I got too many things open up here, man. I got all these tabs. I'm like, get out of here with all this. It's confusing, all these tabs. It's nuts. Here we go. Okay, there we go. Boom. All right. Shout out to my guy Keith Turner in the building. What up, Keith? Appreciate you, my guy. I hope you're doing well. Good to see you as always. Thunny Got It is in the building. What up, Thunny? Carbon Intellect is in the building. What's going on, Carbon? All right. Let's see what you guys are saying. Fritz said, smash that like button. Don't let him down. And Wolverines asked something earlier that I wanted to get back to. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. There it is. He said, Boston or Cleveland? Who do we want in the second round? What you guys think? Well, I mean, it don't even matter anymore, Wolverine, because it looks like the way things are playing out, it's going to be Boston. There's not enough. There's only 9 games left. It's not enough time for the Knicks to catch Cleveland. They would have to pass Boston, right? So we can't pass Boston. But let me check one thing, because I am curious about one thing real quick. Let's see what Boston. Boston was playing Memphis, and they had I think the game was somewhat close. Let's see where it stands. Oh, Boston beat Memphis. So yeah, forget about it. Boston Knicks ain't going to be able to catch Boston. So most likely they're going to stay in the 3rd spot. And because of that, that means the Knicks will be playing Boston in the second round, most likely, if they get to a second round. But yeah, so that answers that question. It would be Boston. The only thing we got to figure out is who they would play in the first round. Is it going to be the spicy Detroit Pistons, because they spicy, or will it be the Atlanta Hawks? So that's the choice. Oh wait, hold on. I'm tripping. I forgot. The Knicks are 3rd, so it's 3-6. No, it would be the Bucks, right? It would be the Bucks. Yeah. So the Knicks would play the Bucks in the first round, which is no cakewalk, even though we beat them 3 times this year. And then the Celtics would play the winner of the Hawks and Magic. I don't know how I flipped that around. All right. So, most likely, I mean, listen, when you think about it on paper, it's not an easy road. You play the Bucks in the first round, and then you have to play the Celtics most likely in the second round. And then who knows? I mean, the way the Cavaliers have been playing lately, they've been kind of, losing games at the wrong time, but they still have 60 wins, guys. 60-15. Unbelievable. The Cleveland Cavaliers. You couldn't tell me this was going to happen this year. This is unbelievable. Shout out to the 713 gamer in the building, member of the SKF Army. What's good? Prezi the boss is in the building. What up, Prezi? Yes. Oh, man. Here we go. This guy. Oh, boy. We got 713 Gamer gifting memberships again. I don't have my thing, but there we go. Yes. My guy Jose holding it down on the 1s and 2s. Shout out to the 713 Gamer. Thank you for gifting the 5 Still Knick Fans memberships. Appreciate you. Look at this. Wow. So DNL M. Almonte gets another gift membership. He just came off of a gift membership. And so I think that his gift membership just finished. And so he gets another one before he even has to re-up. Shout out to you. You are the lucky one. Jay from PR in the building gets a. Where is Jay from PR? I haven't seen him in a minute. Not for nothing. He was very active. I haven't seen Jay in a minute. Hope he's all right. Shout out to Jay. Shout out to Celso Porto, my guy Jiggaman, Walter White, and Word gets a gifted membership. So shout out to all y'all who have been gifted Still Nick fans memberships. Thanks to 713 Game. Appreciate you, my guy. Oh man. Thought we talked about this, man. Thank you. Thank you. Nah, Jose is a ghost. Crib's dad. Jose is a ghost. Jose is real. Oh man. That might be the new mantra. Where is Jose? I'm gonna have to get a shirt made up with Waldo's on it, and one of them will be Jose. You got to figure out which one is who. Shout out to Just Knicks in the building, a member of the SKF Army. Salute. Shout out to Juan Rivera. What up, Juan? Good to see you, bro. Let me see. Did I miss anybody? If I missed anybody, I apologize. You know, it's not for lack of trying. I just maybe, you know, my eyes are getting older as the day goes by. Shout out to y'all. Oh, we got a caller. Okay. Shout out to you, caller. You are live with SKF Weekly. Your name and where you're calling from.
Yo, it's JJ from Brooklyn. What's good, Ron? Salute, brother.
JJ. What's going on, my brother? It got me laughing
chilling,
over here.
Man,
I was looking at some artwork that I saw on my screen over
here. Yeah, I see that. Jose's Real popped up. I was like, did Ron see that? That's funny.
How's everything, JJ? What's on your mind, brother?
Good, man. Good. The Mets got a nice, easy win. We needed the bats to come alive, so that was good, you know. But, yeah, man, listen, right now I got to give the Knicks credit. Just if you told me we were going to be 7-5 without Brunson, I would have took 5-7, to be honest. So to be 7-5, you got to give everybody credit, you know?
I agree, man. I agree. I wouldn't have expected it either. It's kind of surprising.
Right. Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, major props to OG. This is probably the most aggressive he's been in his career. I mean, he's been, you know, just, you see on his drives, like, he's just so strong. Like, even Giannis one play, he just, like, bounced off of him. I'm like, damn. Like, and then when you look at him, you're like, yeah, he's built like a dude, you know? Like, he's been, what can you say, man? He's been, you know, Bridges. I mean, my only thing with Bridges, he has most of his big games versus subpar teams. So I kind of wanted to do that versus, like, you know, the elite teams, because that's what it's going to be about. So that's kind of the next step for me with Bridges. Like, it's cool to do that versus Portland and, you know, Washington. But can you do that versus Boston and the Cavs? You know, that's kind of my thing.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
but I mean, I agree with you though. I mean, it's nice to see them stepping up and being a little bit more aggressive, and definitely it's incredible to see OG. I mean, don't get me wrong. I always thought that OG had a little something in him to be a decent player, but his level of aggression and the way he's really fighting to get these buckets lately, I'm like, wow, I'm surprised.
Yeah, me too. Like, it shows, like, you know, we know his handles aren't the best, but I guess it shows if you got the will, the strength, you know, and your jumper's going, you can still get it done. And one thing I noticed real quick with OG, you know, like a lot of times on his drives he would get stripped. I think he added like a new little wrinkle. He kind of, at the end of his drives, when he gets very close to the rim, he kind of like almost cradles the ball. I think it's helping him not get stripped. I think that's a nice little thing that's right.
Very, very good, JJ. You spotted that. That's something that I noticed too.
Yeah, I spotted that recently. You know, I'm like, what's he doing?
My memory, man.
Yeah, my fault.
I'll be forgetting to say it. No. I'm just gonna tell you, my memory. I'll be forgetting to bring it up. But I'm glad that you brought it up because I noticed that too when he started doing it.
Yeah, right. Like the last few games, I'm like, what is he doing right there at the end? I was like, oh yeah, he's almost like cradling the ball at the end. Like if that's gonna help him, be able to finish and not get stripped, that could be a nice little wrinkle into his game, man. You
Yeah,
know.
yeah. I mean, worst
So
comes to worst, he could get a tie up, right? But it's
right,
better than just
right.
fumbling it off because he started to recently he started to kind of dribble the ball off his foot. People were swiping at
Hmm.
it and taking it away from him. So I guess he said to himself, let me do this and cradle it. At least it gives me a better chance to
Right.
get through some of this, because he's kind of going in there like a bull in China in a China shop too. He
Right,
doesn't have the
right.
best handle, so yeah.
Right, right. Exactly, right, right. And I'm sure he knows it, so he's probably like, all right, I'm gonna have to add something different. So
Right.
hey, whatever works, whatever works, man.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
I'm
So
I'm hoping
yeah.
that you know what I want? I really want
Hmm.
I want the Knicks to figure out ways to continue to get um Landry Shamet going.
Wait, what?
Because I honestly think we're not going to
All
go
right.
anywhere if we don't get this guy to continue to help us. Because if he can get going, he all
Fact.
that does is add more pressure to the defense. They'll start to fly
Yeah.
out there to him, and then he can pass the ball to someone else and get somebody else an easy look. It's a trickle down
Uh-huh.
effect, man.
Exactly. And one
So
thing with
yeah,
Shamit, I feel like his defense has been very solid throughout the season, honestly. So if his jumper could come around now, we could have something decent.
I mean, I tell you, JJ, I laugh about Shamit's defense because I've already said it. He is the best. He's the worst best defender I've ever seen. He does all the right things. He looks like he's
He
playing great
does.
defense. It's just some of the guys be still scoring on him. It'd be contested,
Right,
tough
because he's
shots.
small.
Yeah, yeah,
Right,
but he's
right,
right
right.
there. He's active. He's moving
Exactly.
around.
He's
He's
right
hustling.
there.
But
Exactly. Exactly. He's
yeah.
always right there. He stays in front of guys, but sometimes, when we have that 3 guard lineup of Deuce,
Hmm.
Shaman, and Payne, Shaman's usually the one that's scoring like a tall wing off the bench. So sometimes these guys are just going to shoot over him. It doesn't matter if he's there or not. But I feel like his defense, he grinds out there. He battles defensively. He really does. So,
No, he does. I give him
you
credit for
know,
being
he
active.
does.
Definitely.
Yeah, right, right. So yeah, right
Is
now 3 seed, right? I mean 4 seed again. I'm still like 3 or 4 to me. It doesn't make a huge difference. Like my thing is it's still the same. Where I would start resting guys. Like tomorrow, rest
hmm
Philly. You need to play your whole starting lineup. I think you could get away with sitting a cat or an OG.
Well,
Like
the only thing is the only reason why I say yeah, you still want to do it because it's like we had a day of we had some rest, right? So it's not like it's a back to back
right,
game. That's one. Although we do have a
yeah,
back to back right after Philly, so I would rest
exactly. That's
guys in
why I'm
that second
saying
game. Yes,
exactly.
but the
Oh,
first
I would have
game,
said
whenever
versus
it comes to
Philly. Like I would have said versus
well,
the worst team, like you rest guys.
I
Like
see what you're saying because no, I'm bugging because I forgot the second game is against the Cavs. No, we got to play against the Cavs. We
right.
want that one.
That's why I'm saying I would sit somebody like 1 or 2 guys tomorrow, then go in fresh versus Cleveland, right? You want to get one
We'll
versus
see. That's not
Cleveland,
a bad
you know.
idea. We'll see. We'll see what they do.
It's
Um,
Tibbs,
I
it's
mean,
not happening.
you know what I want to happen if we can't separate Tibbs from being who he is, but maybe the Knicks will go out there and just make it rain. You know what I mean? First half, just try to blow these guys out so that they can sit.
Exactly, exactly,
You know?
exactly. Right, right, 100%. That would be ideal. But Tibbs would still play until there's 3 minutes left. Up 40, you gotta,
You
you
ain't
gotta,
lying.
gotta stay in there, fellas.
You ain't
I feel
lying,
like he's
man.
gotten
You
a
ain't
little
lying.
better lately. I feel like he's gotten a little better. Like you would do it with like 2 minutes left usually when we're up huge. Now we we'll do it with like 5 minutes. I'm like that. I'm like, got a boy, Tibbs.
I mean,
But
I wish maybe so. Somebody said something in the chat. Shout out to Sadu Barry. What up, Sadu? He says, "Salute family. DeLon Wright and Tucker got us." I mean, I don't think Tucker was going to get used too much, but tomorrow I could see them playing him in the first game. Oh, and also it's against Philly. Philly's a former team for him. I could see Tibbs trotting Tucker out there for a little bit to save some minutes for
mm,
a certain play. For another player. That would be the right time to use
mm,
him for a little bit. I wouldn't be mad at that.
Yeah,
Mm,
no, I wouldn't be mad. Yeah, I wouldn't be mad either. I just hope my guy Grimes goes off again. You probably know how much I loved Grimes, so
I
kind of
know,
feel like
I
a
know.
proud dad right now.
No,
Seeing, I
listen.
know people will say, "Oh, he's on a tanking team. He's got the ball now because this guy's out." But how many guys can do what he's doing? Like,
No,
you
that's
know,
fair. That's
I
fair.
mean, good for
Listen,
him.
I agree with you.
Uh,
It's good to see him
right? Like,
doing his thing because he's got talent. I just think that he
yep,
needs to be
yeah,
in the right situation. It's the same thing that happened
right,
with Quickly and RJ. He needs to, if
right.
Grimes can, he needs to go to a team that doesn't really have they can have good players, but he needs to be their best option at shooting guard.
Yeah, right,
I mean,
right.
that's what it's
I
got to
always
be.
felt this. I kind of always thought we used him wrong. I don't think he's just, and no offense to 3 and D guys, the guys that made a great living being that, but I always said, like, I think he's a lot more than that. I don't think he's just a spot up corner shooter. I don't. I think there's a bag there. And you're kind of seeing it when he's getting the opportunity now. Like, I really think he's got the bag. I'm not saying like superstar bag, but I definitely think he could be a starter in this league. I was in mid teens, high teens. I really do.
The
You
one
know.
thing I will
So,
tell you, the only thing I can say that may be true, because I understand where fans are coming from with him, that they feel like he wasn't used properly, but I feel like he was used as good as he could have been used because there was
mm,
guys ahead of him, and that is the thing. Like, the Knicks have been trying to put together a team that can win for a while now, but one thing they have done is they've always stocked up on guards, right? So it's if he
right,
was a
right,
bigger player, if not for nothing, if Grimes was 6'8", Grimes might have had a chance to get busy, but Grimes is smaller and
oh
he's a
man,
guard, and we already had a
right,
bunch of guards come through here. The only thing I could say that I
right,
will agree with, though, is that maybe Tibbs didn't help Grimes' confidence at times. But other than that,
right,
I think he got a good shot. I feel like certain young guys got a good shot. Quickly, Grimes, I think those two dudes got good shots. I'm not even going to talk about RJ because that was a given. And OB was different though. OB was the same thing, just no spot for him. Happened to be behind Julius. So
right,
yeah, it's one of them things, man.
exactly.
But I hear you though. I definitely
Yeah,
think I would like to see Grimes somewhere. Grimes will look good, and Utah's been trying to cut and tank. I'm sure they want to get off of some of their contracts with some of those guys over there. Grimes can look good as a starting shooting guard for Utah or something like that.
yeah.
You know?
He's a free agent too, right? I'm curious, like how much he could get. Like how are teams looking at this stretch? I think it's going to be really interesting to see what type
Well,
of
that's
bag he
another
could
thing
get.
that you brought up. That's good. He's playing for a contract. He is playing for a contract,
Right.
so it's good to see. At
I'm
least he's
really
doing
curious
well.
to see, like, will there be a team that's really buying into the stretch and says, I know the Nets got a lot of cap room, so we'll see, but it'll be interesting to see what type of bag he could get for himself. But yeah, so the Knicks,
Yeah.
like playoff wise, man, like I still, I still feel the Bucks are our best matchup with or without
Mm-hmm.
Dame. Obviously, without Dame, I would probably say Knicks in 5. With him, I'd probably say 6.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
obviously that's with Brunson being back. But say Brunson's still out and Dame's still out, I still like the Knicks. So pretty much either way, that's probably the matchup I've been wanting, even over like a Detroit. I just think, like you were saying, we just match up well with them for whatever reason. That's just like recently, even last year. I know this is a different team, but even this team clearly we match up well. So I think with the Bucks, they have, I guess it's somewhat similar to us where they have two guys defensively that you can kind of take advantage of with Dame and Brook Lopez.
Right.
You take Lopez away from right under the rim. I mean, forget it. It's almost an automatic. You're going to blow by him, or he can't move. So that should
It's true.
definitely be our game plan. If that's the matchup, Brook Lopez, you have to abuse him. Like he can't move his feet. Like if he's going to guard Cat, I mean, come on. They'll probably like put him on Hart, I would assume. I don't care who they put him on. You got to take advantage.
I
You know.
agree with you. That's the way to play. That's the
So
way. I mean, finally we got to a point where we
yeah,
got talent that wins out over whatever Milwaukee's got over there.
exactly.
So I agree
Right.
with you.
Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah,
man.
man.
So yeah. So yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much it, man. I'm just kind of waiting for the playoffs. These games, they're not doing too much for me. Win or lose, I'm kind of just ready for this thing to get started.
Yeah.
So
I think
yeah,
honestly the last game I'm looking forward to is Wednesday's game against Cleveland. Because I think that's the
right,
last
fair,
real game against a good
right,
team that's going to play their players. That's the last one in my
right.
opinion. So yeah, we'll
Yeah,
see
I
what
agree.
happens with
I
that one.
agree with you. Yeah, yeah, I
Hey
agree.
man, I
All right, brother.
appreciate you, JJ.
Appreciate it, man.
Thank you for the call, man.
Anytime,
Let's
brother.
go Mets.
Let's go Mets, baby. Oh yeah, last thing real quick. Shout out
uh-huh.
to Crims and 713 Gamer for, giving everybody dropping those dollars and hooking all the fans up. I was gonna
Right.
actually, if I won the raffle, I was gonna say I'm gonna give it to Crims because he hooked me up with that. So I was gonna say, Crims, you got But yeah, that's dope that
Uh
these guys are doing that, man. Shout out to them. Shout out to them both and everyone else who's gifting memberships. That's really cool, man.
yeah, man. They're
Yeah.
dope people,
So
man. Good people.
yeah,
We
for
got to
sure,
get you in the
man.
Discord, bro.
Yeah, word. I know. Yeah, yeah, definitely, man. Yeah, I'm a
All you got to
definitely,
do
yeah.
is
I'm
sign up with an
mhm.
email and jump right in, bro.
Yeah,
It's free
no
licious.
doubt, no
Jump in
doubt.
there. We're gonna be talking about the Knicks and the Mets. Don't you worry about it.
All right, you got me with the Mets. All right, I'm in.
Yeah. All right, brother. All right, man.
All right, brother. Appreciate you, man.
Take care. Have a
Later.
good night.
You
Later.
too, bro. Later, man.
All right. Shout out to Word in the building. Oh man, that's dope. I mean, he's now a member of the SKF Army. He gave his thanks to 713 Gamer. That's dope. Shout out to my guy Vaughn Allen in the building. Good to see you, Vaughn. It's been a minute. Hope you're doing well, bro. Shout out to Deron Wayne in the building, a member of the SKF Army. Good to see you, Deron, as always. Yeah. Yeah, Precious Sadu says Precious is going to play it tomorrow a lot. Yeah, he probably will. He probably will. I love the banter that happens between Andios and Crims. Good people, man, going back and forth, but in lighthearted fun. I love it. Shout out to Nostalgic Nick in the building. What's going on, Nostalgic? Hope you're doing good. Um, yeah, man, good to see you guys. Shout out to David Parker in the building. What up, David? Good to see you. Yeah, I agree with you guys. Mitch will sit tomorrow. I think he will. It makes sense because you really want to trot him out there versus Cleveland on Wednesday. I'm with you on that. And I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, but I do hear he's still on a minute restriction. So I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on. But look, I'll take it. Look, we can't beggars can't be choosers, right? We can't be mad that, they're not playing Mitch a lot of minutes. They just trying to keep Mitch for the rest of this season and the playoffs. So whatever you got to do, let's do it. I mean, look, are we going to be mad if it's a difference between Mitch playing like 30 minutes a game and then we lose him, or we have him for like 20, maybe 25 minutes and he gets to play the rest of the season? No, we'll take the 2025. Easy. Nah, man. Let's just keep Mitch in there. Joey Rip 'em Up says, problem I see playing Boston is their bench is stronger than our Knicks starting five. I mean, I wouldn't say they're stronger than our starting five. I mean, healthy, when our starting five is playing the right way, we got the best starting five in the NBA. Problem is we don't always play that way, right? That's the problem. But I think with Brunson being out now and with everything these guys have learned about each other, with OG learning how he can take it to the next level, with Macau learning that he can be a little bit more consistent if he gets more shots and stays, in the motion of the offense, I think they can go out there and start putting up some interesting numbers the way they did earlier in the season when they started to get it going. I think they could do that again. Just got to give it some time. And we already know that Cat is not gonna. These last two games, that Cat has been kind of struggling with his shot. That ain't gonna stay there. He's gonna be fine. Shout out to Doug Fresh in the building. What up, Doug? Appreciate you. So I don't know, man. Every time I watch this Dick team, I'm always like, man, what if this happened? What if this would happen? And I feel like we still haven't got there yet because we have still not seen all of the guys healthy playing well together. I don't know what it is. I hope now as we get closer to the playoffs, we get there, but we still have not seen it, guys. Because if you think about it, every time that we're almost healthy, either guys are not playing up to par or there's one person that is out. That somebody's still out, or just got hurt, nagging injuries. We'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. And it'd be nice too if we can, win these next couple games, get to that 50 win mark, right? And then sit some players, man. Sit Cat for a little bit. He's been dealing with nagging knee injuries, nagging fingers, whatever it is. Let's sit Cat for maybe 2 games towards the end of the season. He may not want to do it. I think it's the smart thing to do. I think he should be fresh going into the playoffs. He might be a little rusty if they sit him. I still think it's the smart move. Give this guy a little time to heal up, feel fresh going into the playoffs, where once the playoff starts on the Tom Thibodeau team, whew, yeah, what's going to happen. So let's rest these guys, man, here and there. I think that's the smart thing to do. Once we get to 50 wins, I think they should shut it down. I'm not saying I hope we get to 50 wins right away. That's why I'm saying that. But I think they should definitely consider shutting it down, man. Why we have to watch all the smart, good teams like the Bostons or the OKCs? Well, OKC's young. I haven't seen them really do it yet, but I assume they will. Why watch all these other good teams start to sit their players while Tom Thibodeau is still playing his full starting team out there in the fourth quarter, and these other teams are resting? We look crazy. Let's get to that point too. Let's start. Listen, it doesn't matter whether we win 49 games, 50 games. It don't matter anymore. As long as we keep the third seed, we're not going anywhere. We're not going. We'll stay. We'll keep ourselves from going lower, and we're not going higher. We're not going to catch Boston. We're definitely not catching Cleveland. So might as well just try to get to 50. It's a nice mark. And sit people. That's what it is. Duran says Tibbs is not going to rest anyone. You might be right. JJ says sit Cat now. It's a little early. I don't know. Dorkosaurus says Kolek making it easier for OG and Macau. I will say to a certain extent, but that last game, I don't feel like the game against the Trailblazers, I don't feel like Kolek had as big of an impact as he did the prior games. I could be wrong, but let me double check that, because I've been wanting to see that myself. I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, how did he played? Yeah, he only played 13 minutes, and he had 3 assists, 1 block. And that was against a team that plays better basketball than kind of the other teams we play. Outside of everybody we played, the 2 biggest tests with these guys recently was the Clippers and Portland. And Kolek didn't look as great against Portland. He didn't play as much, but I get it. And he only took 1 shot. So I can't say he played bad. He didn't have as big of an impact. Wow. Jeez. OKC beat the Bulls. Bulls have been playing pretty good lately, and OKC beat the Bulls 145-117. Man, OKC is some monsters over there, man, for real. Freaking beasts. They are 62-12. They real, man. I don't care what nobody says. OKC is a problem. They're real. Look at what they're doing in comparison. Cleveland looks good, right? Boston looks good. The Knicks are all right. We're at 47. We're all right. But, Oklahoma City's at 62 wins, and the next best team is at 49. And that's the Houston Rockets. Could you imagine how good Houston looks compared to what we've seen previously? Shout out to Houston. 9-1 in their last 10. And then you got Denver. I don't know. This year's championship could be pretty interesting, guys. It'll be yucky, but it could be interesting. I ain't gonna say that. That's a lie. I can't be a hater. I want my Knicks to win, but will we be surprised if the finals was OKC versus Cleveland? Yeah, people will be like, "Oh, Cleveland," but I'm not gonna lie to you. I wouldn't be mad to watch Donovan Mitchell win a chip. I think he's a good guy. I think he's a professional. and we wanted him here to be a part of the Knicks because he's that type of dude. I'm not saying I want him to win it, but if the Knicks are out of it, that's different. But I want the Knicks to run through all these teams. OKC, even better, because that to me is the finals I want to see. The Knicks versus if the Knicks can Cinderella story for me right now, guys. The Knicks play Milwaukee Bucks in the first round. Out of here. They play Boston in the second round. They haven't been able to touch Boston at all this year. Get Boston out of here. They play Cleveland in the Eastern Conference Finals. Haven't been able to touch Cleveland. Get Cleveland out of here. Play OKC in the NBA Finals with Isaiah Hartenstein on the squad. Haven't been able to sniff OKC. Out of here with the championship. You couldn't make a better storyline for me. That'll be it. It'll be in the record books. I don't care what the Knicks do from here on after that. To play the way they played all season. You telling me you go through the Bucks, go through Boston, go through Cleveland, go through OKC in the playoffs and win the championship? I'll be on cloud nine. I'll be talking my stuff for years to come. You can't tell me nothing. It's the dream. I just want to put that out there. That's the dream. Oh, man. Yeah. JJ's like, and then Ron woke up. I know. Come on, man. That's just, I'm saying that would be the best thing ever, bro. That's the dream. Yeah. That would be great. Shout out to Leon Mitchell. He says, Ime Udoka. Listen, we got to say what Ime Udoka is a hell of a coach. Yeah, he might be an adulterer or whatever, but he's a hell of a coach. Oh, man. I hear you, Joey. But, oh, man, listen, you better hope that don't happen because I'm going to be talking my stuff forever if it ever happened. If that was to happen this year, I'm talking till I turn blue in the face. I'll be like, I'm the best content creator ever. I predicted it. I'm Nostradamus, Ronstradamus. Oh, man. Anyway, don't mind me, guys. Listen, I appreciate you all. Once again, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for showing love to SKF, showing love to the family, my brother John, my brother Jose, everything we do. And, always being there to support us when it comes to SKF Weekly, whether it's, this show or Know the Ledge. I thank you guys for always being there and rocking with us. But also, it doesn't stop here, man. We got to continue to grind. We got to continue to get better. And that's only going to work if you guys buy in and help the cause. And I know nobody wants to join any more groups, but I will tell you right now, join the Discord group. You know what I mean? You don't have to be inundated with stuff. You can turn your notifications off if you don't like your phone constantly going and stuff like that. You can just jump in and get into some good conversation. So either way, man, I just want you guys to be a part of it because it's going to continue to grow. We're going to continue to put more stuff in there. And I really like chopping it up with you guys, man. Sometimes we can't always talk. You know what I mean? I only do 2 shows right now a week. And during the week, there'd be stuff that be happening, watching these Knicks games, being able to talk about what's going on. It's pretty cool. And I don't mean actual talk. We could do that too. But we could also just chat, get our little Twitter fingers working in the Discord, of course. Yeah, and pretty soon, guys, the Discord is going to be the one-stop shop for everything. So announcements, giveaways, raffles, all that stuff is going to be announced in there. Even when we're running them, that may happen in the Discord. So please sign up. And also, it's probably going to be one of those things that it shows that you're a big part of the SKF family. It'll probably be a requirement to be entered in raffles going forward. That you're a member of the Discord. You're a member of follow one of the social medias or something like that. And obviously, you're here for the YouTube programming. So, but I appreciate you guys once again. Shout out to everybody. Thank you to all of y'all. Shout out to those that tune in on Facebook and X and on YouTube. Thank you for the continued support. Let's keep it going, man. Anyway, as I always say, Tell a friend who tells a friend who tells another friend. Still Knicks fans will be back again, whether it be on Mondays at 9 p.m. ish for SKF Weekly. Myself, my brother John when he can make it, and my brother Jose holding us down on the ones and twos. That's my guy. And on Saturdays at 11:30 for Know the Ledge, as I talk y'all off the ledge. And sometimes I talk myself off the ledge too. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for always being here, rocking. And sign up for the Discord. Link is pinned to the chat. Hit that link. Put your name. Put your email. Put whatever username you want to be known as. And yeah, jump in the Discord. Read the introduction. Say yes to the rules, and you're good to go. I mean, you can be a full participant in everything we got going on going forward, and we'll continue to let you know as things keep happening. Thank you, as always, for all the love, all the support. I'll catch y'all. Let's go, Knicks. Let's get this victory tomorrow against the 76ers. Even if we rest players, we should still be in contention to win the game against that shorthanded 76er team. Even if Grimes goes for 50, we should still be able to beat the 76ers tomorrow because we got a big one against Cleveland on Wednesday. So shout out to y'all, man. Thank you for everything. Have a great night. And I'll catch y'all when I catch y'all. Oh, one yourself. Stay up. Be good. Latest.
New York Knicks. First. Go Knicks.
We can finally, start playing, man. So much talk this whole summer. It's felt like so long because we've had so much to talk about. At times it's been kind of slow, but we've been talking, right? But we've actually had a really good off season for this New York Knicks team, and it's been very active. There's been a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, Knicks family, we in the building. I am the Objective Fan from the Objective Knicks Fan channel. And I'm going to give a big salute to Ron and John from Still Knicks Fans.
What's going on, guys?
Hey, Knicks family, I'm Stephanie, a.k.a. Blood, Sweat, and Tears. We are still Knicks.
What's going on, everybody? It's your girl, Lady and the Chef, right to Knicks Chicks Podcast. Still a Knicks fan.
What's good, party people in the place to be? It's your man.
What's up, everybody? This is Steve Black 21 at Two Knicks Chicks Podcast, and I'm still a Knicks fan.
Yo, this is your boy Sim from Nothing But Knicks. Through all the struggles, through all the heartache and pain, ladies and gentlemen, I am still a Knicks fan.
Peace, y'all. This is Apollo Reed from the Garden Knicks crew. And I don't know about y'all, but I'm still a Knicks fan.
I'm still here. We're still here. Still Knicks fans. It's a fandom. It's a lifestyle.